10 psychological ways to motivate yourself, backed by psychology. Imagine waking up every morning feeling unstoppable. Imagine having enough motivation to work even when you don't feel like it. Now imagine discovering that motivation isn't something you're born with, it's something your brain can be trained to create. Most people believe successful people are motivated all the time. They are wrong. Psychologists have discovered that the most successful people don't rely on motivation, they understand how their minds work. They use simple psychological techniques to make taking action easier than making excuses. Today, I'm going to reveal 10 powerful psychological strategies that can completely change the way you think, work, and achieve your goals. But here's the interesting part. The final technique is so powerful that many high achievers use it without even realizing it. Once you understand it, you'll never look at motivation the same way again. So don't skip ahead. Let's begin. Number 10 to the 5-second rule. Have you ever noticed that your brain talks you out of doing difficult things? You decide to exercise. 5 seconds later, I'll start tomorrow. You decide to study. Then suddenly checking social media feels more important. This happens because your brain naturally avoids discomfort. The longer you think, the stronger your excuses become. Here's the solution. The moment you decide to do something, count backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Stand up. Open your laptop. Pick up the book. Take the first step before your brain creates excuses. Psychologically, this interrupts the habit loop of procrastination and shifts your brain from thinking into acting. Remember this. You don't need motivation to start. You need action to create motivation. And that's only the beginning. The next strategy explains why many people quit even after they start. Number 9. To make your goal too small to fail. People often fail because they think too big. I'll study 6 hours. I'll read 50 pages. I'll exercise every day. Your brain hears these huge goals and immediately feels overwhelmed. When something feels overwhelming, your mind searches for escape. Instead, shrink the goal. Don't promise to read 50 pages. Promise to read 1 page. Don't promise to exercise for an hour. Promise to exercise for just 2 minutes. Why? Because beginning is the hardest part. Once you start, your brain naturally wants to continue. This is called reducing psychological resistance. Small actions build momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates consistency. And consistency changes your life. But what if your biggest problem isn't laziness? What if it's fear? That's exactly what the next strategy is about. Number 8. To use fear as fuel. Most people run away from fear. Successful people ask, what is this fear trying to teach me? Fear isn't always your enemy. Sometimes it's proof that you're growing. Your brain wants safety. Growth requires uncertainty. Every time you face a challenge, your brain says, stay comfortable. But every achievement in your life happened because you ignored that voice. The next time you're scared, don't ask, how can I avoid this? Ask, what kind of person will I become if I overcome this? That single question changes your perspective. Fear becomes fuel. And when fear becomes fuel, nothing can stop your growth. But there's another invisible enemy that's even stronger than fear. Most people don't even know it exists. Number 7. To stop comparing yourself. Comparison quietly destroys motivation. You open social media. Someone is richer. Someone is smarter. Someone seems happier. Within seconds, your motivation disappears. Here's what psychology teaches us. You're comparing your everyday life to someone else's highlight reel. That's not reality. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Did you improve? Did you learn something? Did you become 1% better? If yes, you're winning. Remember, progress beats perfection. Every single time. And speaking of progress, the next strategy explains why celebrating tiny wins is secretly changing your brain. Number 6. To reward your brain. Your brain loves rewards. Every achievement releases chemicals that make you feel good. Most people wait until they reach huge goals before celebrating. That's a mistake. Celebrate small victories. Finished one chapter. Celebrate. Completed today's workout. Celebrate. Uploaded your first video. Celebrate. Each reward teaches your brain. This behavior is worth repeating. Over time, discipline becomes easier. Your brain begins craving productive habits instead of distractions. But what if your environment is secretly destroying your motivation? That's what we're uncovering next. Number 5. To design your environment for success. Take a look around you. Your environment is constantly influencing your decisions, whether you notice it or not. If your phone is beside your bed, your brain will reach for it before your dreams. If unhealthy food is on your desk, you'll eat it without thinking. If your books are hidden in a drawer, you'll probably never open them. This isn't because you're weak. It's because your brain always looks for the easiest option. Psychologists call this choice architecture. The environment shapes your behavior. So instead of relying on willpower, redesign your surroundings. Want to read more? Place a book on your pillow. Want to exercise? Put your workout clothes where you'll see them first thing in the morning. Want to stop scrolling? Move distracting apps off your home screen or turn off notifications. Success isn't only about changing yourself. Sometimes, it's about changing what surrounds you. And here's the surprising part. Even with the perfect environment, there's still one invisible force that can quietly steal your motivation. Number 4. To change your inner voice right now, there's a conversation happening inside your mind. The question is, what is it saying? Many people repeat the same destructive thoughts every day. I'm not smart enough. I always fail. I'll never be successful. The scary part, your brain listens. The more often you repeat these thoughts, the more your brain accepts them as facts. But here's what psychology teaches us. Your brain responds to the stories you tell yourself. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I'm learning how to do this. Instead of, I always fail, say, every mistake is teaching me something. Notice the difference. One sentence creates fear, the other creates growth. Your words become your beliefs. Your beliefs become your actions. And your actions become your future. But even if you master your mindset, there's one habit that separates dreamers from achievers. Number 3. To build identity, not just goals. Most people say, I want to lose weight. I want to read more books. I want to become successful. Those are goals. Goals are important, but they don't last forever. Psychologists have found that lasting change happens when you change your identity. Instead of saying, I want to run, say, I am a runner. Instead of, I want to read, say, I am a reader. Instead of, I want to succeed, say, I am the kind of person who never gives up. Every small action becomes proof of that identity. One workout says, I am disciplined. One page read says, I am a learner. One difficult task completed says, I keep my promises. The more evidence your brain collects, the stronger your identity becomes. And when your identity changes, your habits follow automatically. But there's something even more powerful than identity. Something that controls every decision you make. Most people never discover it. Number 2. To find your why. Imagine two people carrying heavy stones. One says, this is exhausting. The other says, I'm building a school for children. Same work, different purpose. Purpose changes everything. When your goal has meaning, your brain tolerates discomfort much more easily. Ask yourself, why do I want more money? Why do I want better health? Why do I want success? Keep asking why, until your answer becomes emotional. Maybe it's to support your family. Maybe it's to prove to yourself that you can. Maybe it's to create a life you've always dreamed about. When your why is powerful, your excuses become weak. And now, we've reached the final psychological strategy. This one has transformed the lives of athletes, entrepreneurs, performers, and some of the world's highest achievers. Don't underestimate its simplicity,
because it might completely change the way you think forever. Number 1. To become the person who never quits. Motivation comes and goes. Feelings change, energy changes, life changes, but one decision can stay the same. The decision to never quit. Every successful person has faced failure. Every successful person has doubted themselves. The difference wasn't talent, it wasn't luck, it wasn't intelligence, it was persistence. Your brain is designed to adapt. Every challenge you overcome makes you mentally stronger. Every setback teaches resilience. Every failure becomes experience. Remember this. You don't fail when you make mistakes. You fail only when you stop trying. One more attempt could change your life. One more day of consistency could build a new habit. One more video, one more workout, one more page, one more step, that could be the moment everything changes. Finally, if you made it this far, you've already done something most people won't do. You invested time in improving your mind. Now don't let this become just another video you watched. Choose one psychological strategy from today's list and apply it within the next 24 hours. Because knowledge without action changes nothing. Action changes everything. If this video helped you think differently, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more psychology, self-improvement, and mindset content. And here's a question for you. Which of these 10 psychological strategies do you think will have the biggest impact on your life? Leave your answer in the comments. I read every one. Until next time, keep training your mind, because the strongest weapon you'll ever own is your brain.